Welcome back to Market on Close, everybody. I'm Sam Barnes, live from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. It is time now for overlooked stocks. Shares of Cooper companies are on the rise today after activist investor Jana Partners disclosed a stake in the company and plans to pursue strategic alternatives. So I'm very pleased to say I'm joined by Alex Coffey, senior markets correspondent, who's going to help us get across this one, what they're saying, what this means, and what we're seeing as far as the reaction in the stock today. Hello to you, Alex.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sam. As you mentioned, Cooper companies on the move, up about 4.2% on my last check. And as you mentioned, Jana Partners acquiring a position in the company, planning for strategic alternatives, one of which I think is quite interesting, includes a potential deal to combine its contact lens business, which of course does business under Cooper Vision, with external company Bausch Lomb, of course, stock ticker BLCO, which is also on the move today. This is from Lauren Thomas of the Wall Street Journal reporting this, citing people familiar with the matter. Jana's plans also include pushing Cooper to make some other changes, improving, kind of some pretty classic kind of activist investor things like capital allocation, focusing on returns as well. The big thing, though, centers around the fact that Cooper Companies really is its Cooper Vision as well as its Cooper Surgical businesses combined together, breaking down about 60-40. But the activist, Jana Partners, doesn't really feel those two businesses have very many synergies and that they're quite unrelated. In other additional news, the Journal also says in an interview with Bausch Lomb CEO Brent Saunders that they'd actually be open to such a combination. So both stocks on the move today, largely due to this. Sam, about 20 analysts covered this name as compiled by Bloomberg. 60% are in the buy camp, 35% in the hold camp, and one lone sell rating for the company. It's Cooper Vision. About 2/3 of the sales is, of course, the contact lens business, and then Cooper Surgical, really focusing more on diagnostic and therapeutic products for OB/GYN and women's health products.
Yeah, I was just reading about that. It is down 20% or so year to date, so quite a clear underperformer there. And I saw that also, as you mentioned, it's seen declining margins, certainly in the sort of women's health business as well. I'm just wondering, what else do you sort of attribute that underperformance that we've seen there in the stock, as far as the fundamentals are concerned. But then also on the flip side, as far as Jana is concerned, what they have pushed for sort of strategically as far as examples of what they've done and how some of their moves have actually, we've seen them bearing fruit with regards to other sort of, strategic maneuvers that they've made that we can kind of use as an example.
Well, I'll use an example of a company that's far bigger and far different. In the case of Starbucks. Starbucks has struggled in recent years in bringing in new leadership. They really were trying to focus on what they do well and kind of get back to basics. In many ways, that's what Jana Partners is wanting to do here, is sort of simplify things. And looking at these two businesses that don't really have a lot in common and wondering, why is this all under one umbrella? So what I would say is, in many ways, the stock is rallying because it likes this idea. And one of the easiest way to unlock value, we've seen it in other names like GE that are giant conglomerates, is to split things up and allow for investment a little bit more specifically into business verticals that are a little bit more purposeful. So ultimately, it's going to come down to whether or not they can pull this off. They have a suitor that's obviously open to the idea, and that's a good start.
Oh, for sure. And as we're seeing, the stock is up over 4% today. So the street seems to like it. Thank you so much, Alex, for getting us across that key story for us today.